And the more that you can begin to recognize that relationship you have with the source of who you are, the less of effect you'll be to this world of form that's always changing. Someone had that great comment, this is the birth of something. Something had to die before now, right? Think of the laws of awareness, right? Everything is born, everything grows, everything stabilizes, everything declines, and everything dies. There's nothing in our awareness that doesn't go through those 5 rights. So as pissy, gripey, and grumpy, and as angry as we all are right now, because we are, and rightfully so, this too has a trajectory that will come and go. The real truth in it is, what's your intention to be with it? What's your intention? Are you being with it? You get to choose in every moment how to be in relationship with what's happening in your circle of influence. And I really appreciated Amy talking a little bit at the beginning about, this is about you. This isn't a collective we. There is no collective we when it comes down to you. You're the most important person in the equation. What are you managing within your circle of influence? If you're upset about what's going on in the polarization of the political world, what are you doing for yourself first? The relationship with yourself is what you're seeking. If you're seeing nothing but misery, conflict in the world, well, that's not happening just in the world, that's happening in you. So get back home, get back to the source, still the fluctuations of the mind. Drop beneath the mind and into the heart and become lovingly present with yourself. And then allow the source to move through you to know what's next. Maybe I am going to write on cardboard and go down the street and carry a sign. Maybe I am going to call every political person I know and anybody with money that can support what it is that I feel within my circle of influence I can be with. But I mean this gently, and I barely know any of you, but to spend time saying them, oh my God, what's going on in the world, without going in first. Now hear me clearly on this. I'm not saying don't do something, but you got to be what it is that you're doing it for. You have to self-regulate, be within your own skin. What's going on in John? What's going on in Lavetta? What's going on in Melanie? What's going on in Linda and Lisa? And what's going on with Thomas? What's going on in you right now? Figure out that. Go into your inner landscape and do that. And then from there, what's so powerful is that in the being, the doing gets done. In just being who you are, the doing gets done. The mystery of life starts to live you. And I know I sound like a preacher, and again, I'm not one. But I get inspired because consciousness can't experience itself without an embodiment. And there are 31 embodiments sitting in front of me. It's asking of you to be the full expression of who you're here to be. And so to hear, every one of you in your share, there was an understanding that within each of us is the power to shift and change and raise the quality of consciousness within ourselves. And then I don't know who said it was lovely. And then everybody else gets it. The avatar. I can't remember who that was. But I love that. Like, you're the highest vibration. You're the tuning fork. And then everyone around you gets that vibration. But if all you're looking at is the obstacle, and not the intention, that's where your energy is going to go, is to the obstacle. And you have every right to be angry and mad and all those things, but feel it. Don't just talk about it, feel it. Don't go out here and tell everybody that you're mad. Go inside yourself. Where is that sensation? Where is the dialogue of the divine guiding you? Where is consciousness in communion in the moment guiding you? It may be this whole experience is rigged in your favor. It's all rigged. It's all rigged for you. Work through your karma, work through your path of whatever's happened in your life. It's all showing up in this moment. You get to choose how to be with it. But be conscious when you jump out of your own experience and go over there. There is no over there. It's all in here. So any obstacle you have is the doorway, the portal, the messenger back home to the source of that. And I'm not sure if I can say this, but to me, it's like going back to the source is consciousness, it's God, it's divinity, it's Shiva, it's awareness. It's that cannot be named. The source in which we all arise. So yes, I'm not saying don't go out and get your cardboard sign or call your congressman or, support groups of people, but do you first. Like, what are you thinking? I mean, get on a plane. What do they say to you? The minute that plane takes off, who you put the mask on? All 300 passengers, and then, oh, I'll decide on me next? What good is that? Put your mask on first. Self-regulate. Find out what you're feeling and feel what you're feeling in the form of sensations. Let the divine show you the next step. Drop beneath the mind into the heart center and let that be the guide to what's going to show up for you in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, and this moment. Surrender and let it all go. I want to just offer Einstein's quote because I just love to use it when I'm on retreat. Einstein's quote is, you can't solve the problem from the same mind that created it. You can't. So us trying to solve the problems of the world, let me back up. Let me say it differently. Me trying to solve my own problems with my own mind, it's not good. It's an unhealthy way of thinking. Sorry. It's an unhealthy approach. What I'm saying is drop beneath the mind into this beautiful body of sensations that has far more discernment, wisdom, and intuition in it than the mind will ever have. Your mind works out of a black box, folks. Thank you for that one, Thomas. Your mind works in a black box. That black box is everything that ever happened in your life. And 99% of that is good stuff because it got you in this group of this people. It's amazing. But there's a percentage in that black box that is not supporting you. It's not informing you. And quite frankly, it's limiting who you really are. So what I'm offering when we do this practice, which I'll tell you about in 1 second, let me look at my time, good, is we're going to drop beneath the story that you keep holding on to. Whatever that belief is, whatever that thought is, we're going to drop beneath that into the field of unknowing, the source of who you are, and allow that inner wisdom to come through you. Not come from here, but come through you. And if I would say you're the embodiment of the divine, then every experience you've ever had is embodied in you. So why in goodness gracious are you not, by the grace of God, sharing yourself in that perspective, this way you live your life? Knowing that everything you've ever experienced got you here. And now I just have to listen into me to know how to be in this next experience. So I get a little passionate, and I'm Melanie, I told you, where is she? One of these little, there she is, okay. So the practice that I want to offer you today is a practice called Yoga Nidra. Yoga meaning union, Nidra meaning sleep. But not the sleep that you go to bed at night and you're just unconscious. This is conscious, awake, and aware sleep, where your body sleeps, but you're aware. Because awareness doesn't sleep. Your spacious awareness, your divine loving field of awareness, you're the unchanging, unshakable ground of being. And when you rest in Yoga Nidra, similar to sleep, there's a part of you that's just sort of open and spacious. And you'll know the difference. Because when you do your regular sleep, some of y'all can't sleep because of why? The thoughts in your head that keep you awake. Anybody? Wave your hand, give me a prefrontal cortex. Anybody have issues with that, with their thinking? Or the other thing is that all you want to do is sleep because you just want to numb out and not think about what's going on around you. Yoga Nidra takes you from beta to alpha to theta, so that you're dropping beneath the mind and having a different relationship with the thoughts and the experiences around you. And in that spacious awareness, there's a little doorway that sort of opens up where you, as the character with the I thought, dissolves. And you recognize in the wholeness that you are. And that anything that is keeping you from remembering this truth gets sheathed, burned away. And the more you rest in a state, deep, restful sleep, one might call it turiya, that spacious awareness, the less the effect you're going to be in the waking world with things that aren't actually triggering you anymore. Because you're going to know what's true. You're going to know what circle of influence I can work in. You're going to know, like, you know what, the more I practice my meditation, which you all do, you're all connected, you're all knowing you're spiritual beings having that human path, which, you know, you've heard a bazillion times, but are you living that? Or did you just choose to be human all of a sudden again and get bitchy, gripey, and grumpy again and be like, ay, 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 ay. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Yoga Nidra is sleeping to awaken. The practice of itself, yes, it reduces the cortisol. Yes, it shifts you from sympathetic on to parasympathetic, rest and digest. Yoga Nidra is a tool for awakening so that you can live your life from that state of being, knowing the truth of who you really are, the embodiment of the divine, knowing that the source is moving through you, knowing that you have an intention and that all obstacles are actually opportunities and doorways back to your true essence. Where are you focusing your attention, on the obstacle or the intention? So Yoga Nidra is a powerful experience to have. The great thing is you can't do it wrong, and all you got to do is lie down and not fall asleep. Good luck with the second part, just so you know. And if you fall asleep, it's okay. You're still going to receive some of this practice. But no matter what, you're going to begin to balance your nervous system. And right now, with all of my clients and the people I'm working with, that fundamentally is probably one of the most important things. Not everybody's interested in waking up and being enlightened. Everybody's more interested in managing life mastery skills right now in the time that we live in. And you know, we've been gifted this time. And this group, specifically this group, is prepared for this time. This is your time. You know that your practices have sustained you, helped you see the world, still allows you to experience happy and sad, all of the emotions, but attaching to none of it. It's to be felt and experienced and allow energy to move through you so you'll know the right reaction and the right response of this moment and then this moment. Okay. So that was a lot. Are we good? Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. So, Mary Grace, there you are. I wanted to say thank you from the beginning, but now I see you on the screen. Thank you, Mary Grace. Yeah. All right. So, I'd love to give you an experience of this. And it's going to be a small meditation. I'm going to actually create an intention for the meditation. And then we'll have a nice resting period at the end where you're just going to be in silence for a few minutes and just allow yourself to experience what it is that shows up for you. Again, we're welcoming everything that takes place in this moment. It's a practice of subtraction. And one of the things I would just offer you is to get yourself comfortable. I highly recommend lying down for this next 25 minutes. If you can do it seated in a chair. If you're going to do it seated in a chair, I'm going to ask that you sit to the front of your chair with your feet flat and your spine erect. If you're going to lie down, do so with your legs hip width apart, arms are alongside the body. And just get yourself comfortable. Remember, this is just a practice of remembering who you already are. Just remembering, that's what this practice is about. So let's drop beneath the mind and into this beautiful body and access that heart where the path of love is revealed. So as you begin to settle in, just take a few breaths to allow yourself to be present to just this moment, this body, and this inhale and this exhale. Begin now to allow all of your senses to be open. Listening to the sounds around you. The sense of smell as you inhale through the nose. the taste in the mouth, the sense of smell as you come back to the inhaling and exhaling. The sense of sight behind the closed lids, whether that's a black space, colors, or images. And then that felt sense of touch. Bring attention to where your body's making contact with the support beneath it. Being held, supported. And then take a full breath in, exhale, and let go. Taking another full deep breath in, exhale, and let go even more. And now bringing attention to the sensations that you feel in the nostrils. Feeling the sensation of the breath as it moves in and out of the nostrils. The sensations in the back of the sinus cavities. The inner walls of the throat. The sensations in the mouth. The walls, the gums, the teeth. All of your attention on sensation. Sensations in the lips, the lower lip, and the upper lip. Sensations in the left side of the jaw. Right side of the jaw. The whole jaw, pure sensation. Sensations in the left eye. Right eye. Both eyes at the same time, pure sensation. Release the tiny muscles in the back of the eyes. And then allow the two eyes to merge into one at the space between the eyes, resting a few inches back inside the midbrain. And become aware of what's present in your awareness now. Sensing what's present and feeling yourself as the one who is aware of everything that's arising and unfolding. Now bringing attention back to the breath. And on your next inhalation, begin to breathe in through the nose, filling the lungs fully and completely. And as you exhale, softly purse the lips and exhale as if you're blowing through a small straw. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth with softly pursed lips. All of your attention is on the breath. thoughts are in the mind, let them go, and breathe yourself back into this moment, in through the nose and out through the mouth with softly pursed lips. You will continue with this breath pattern for 10 counts. Count it like this: 10. I'm breathing in through the nose. 10. I'm breathing out through the mouth with softly pursed lips. 9. I'm breathing in through the nose. 9. I'm breathing out through the mouth with softly pursed lips. Continue on your own. If you lose count, just start again at 10. But choose to place your attention on the breath and the count. Each exhalation, let go of tension held in the body. Let go of doing. Each inhalation, fill every nerve and cell of the body with new energy. Revitalize this body with each breath in. Each exhalation dropping beneath the mind into the field of sensation. And now let go of counting and be still, still as a statue. Begin to sense yourself held in absolute stillness. Experience silence extended everywhere. And now follow my guidance as we move through different points in the body. Clearly establish that as I guide you from point to point, the energy of your attention will activate these centers and release any blockages. Create a feeling of heat and healing energy rippling out from each point as I name it, bringing your undivided attention to the spot between the eyebrows, pit of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, wrist, tip of the left hand thumb, tip of the index finger, tip of the middle finger, tip of the ring finger, tip of the little finger, wrist, elbow, shoulder, pit of the throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, tip of the right hand thumb, tip of the index finger, tip of the middle finger, tip of the ring finger, tip of the little finger, wrist, elbow, shoulder, pit of the throat, heat and healing energy rippling out. Middle of the chest, left side of the chest, middle of the chest, heat and healing energy rippling out. Right side of the chest, middle of the chest, solar plexus, navel point, lower abdomen, middle of the pubic bone, left hip, knee, ankle, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, ankle, knee, hip, middle of the pubic bone, right hip, knee, ankle, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, ankle, knee, right hip, middle of the pubic bone, lower abdomen, heat and healing energy rippling out. Navel point, heat and healing energy rippling out. Solar plexus, middle of the chest, all of your attention, the middle of the chest. Heat and healing energy rippling out. And now sense the whole body pulsating. A cushion of vital energy. Be still and allow the innate wisdom of the body to heal itself. Hand over all fear, apprehension, and anxiety about all that you want to change, control, and manage. Let go. Become aware now of the stillness and silence extending everywhere. And then just gradually become aware of the breath breathing itself. Begin now to lengthen your inhalations and exhalations as you begin to feel yourself rising to the surface of awareness. Sensing yourself as grounded, calm, allowing yourself to receive these words energetically. I am the seer, the witness of all that is seen, unaffected by all that's in perpetual change. I am the seer, the witness of all that is seen, unaffected by all that is in perpetual change. I am the embodiment of the divine, and I am whole and complete just as I am. Allowing attention now to be dropped into the heart center with a felt sense of gratitude for yourself, for knowing this truth. for taking this time to share your truth. Just taking a moment now as you begin to allow your eyes to open and close just a little bit. Being aware of the external world when your eyes open, closing your eyes and being revealed to that inner world. Knowing that your true essence is the backdrop. And as your eyes open, it's the foreground. The more you rest as the backdrop, your true essence, the more you can live your life from this new perception or this new perspective. This is who you really are, whole and complete, just as you are. So with such gratitude, thank you each and every one of you. You can begin to open your eyes and bring all these lovely human beings back into your awareness again. And just want to say thank you for the opportunity to share what it is that I have received. Thank you.
Thank you, John. We have 7 minutes or so if anyone would like, if you'd like to take any questions or what you would like to proceed with.
Thank you, Amy. Yeah, if there are any questions, one of the first things I often ask is how difficult was it just to be still for that length of time for us? That can be challenging. And the other question I always inquire is how many people's minds just got really loud when you go into meditation? Anybody's mind gets loud? Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, thank you, Melanie. But no, I'd love to answer any questions that I could if there are any.
Mary Grace.
So often I've gone to meditation groups, and when it's led and they talk the whole time, I find myself really being impatient. How can I meditate if you keep talking? But with the process you did this morning, I found it really helpful. It really helped me stay focused and follow what you were saying. And it's very beneficial for me. I can feel my whole body. I have kind of a rush morning, and I can feel my whole body just breathe a sigh of relief. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary Grace. That was a beautiful share. Thank you. It's challenging when it's it's a guided meditation, and for a lot of us, I seek the silence myself. I just love the silence. So thank you for that share. Yes, Jerry, did you have a question? Yeah.
Jenny.
Oh.
I found quite a bit of different types of meditation, TM and so forth, and I find this quite rejuvenating. At the end of that, I was in a couch, and at the end, it was like a waterfall, broad waterfall. Behind the waterfall was like a cave with the sun shining, and it was so powerful. I just have to thank you so very much for the gift that you are.
Thank
So
you.
appreciate it. We're
Aw.
all gonna have a wonderful day today.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. I appreciate that share. The fascinating thing about this practice is in a moment like that, when we go through the 61 points of the body, it initiates energy. And there's just this vitality that sometimes, because our mind blocks us, forgets that we have all the time. So thank you for that. That was beautiful share.
Kim, go ahead.
Yeah, John, the first part of your talk, there were at least a dozen really, really, really valuable principles. And what I would suggest, if you would be willing to do it, would be to come back and go through each principle. Like one of them you mentioned about raising your energy, and how when that energy is raised, it pulls everybody else up. Another one was being there and not being attached to whatever you love or whatever bothers you. And another one was put your mask on first, meaning work on yourself first. I think it would be really valuable to go through these
Yeah.
you elaborate on them a little because you just ran through them.
Yep.
And then we could all kind of grasp them, discuss it, and it could be, these principles are stuff to take into our life, really. And you encapsulated a lot of them really, really well.
Thank you, Tim. I really appreciate that. And I really do, because I feel like there's so much, it's one of those things I feel like as somebody that facilitates, it's like you want to give, I don't want to die without giving what I know, that
Yes.
feeling, that urgency, like this is what I've experienced. So that is sagey what you just said to me. So thank you. And I'd be more than glad to come back and participate in anything here. This is awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, John. We'll
Thomas, I'm sorry, Amy. Thomas, did you want to say something?
Oh, yeah, I just want to say that my mind and my intellect work really, really well. And I resonate so much with your wisdom. And what I particularly appreciate is the embodiment in sensation and specific location is just delicious. Just delicious to slip behind my mind and into the sensation. And so thank you. All the wisdom I need is there.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate this. Thank you.
It's a great morning.
thank you, Melanie, for bringing John to us today. Thank you so much. So now is the business portion. Do we have any announcements?
Well, next week, our speaker will be a friend of Amy's, Tom Katzis. He and his son go to Guatemala every year and create a free clinic for people. He's so inspiring. So I can really hardly wait to hear from him next week. And thank you, Amy, for the referral. So we need a facilitator for next week. Who'd like to facilitate? Sarah. And meditation. Jenny. And spiritual reading. Is that Bonnie? I couldn't decide if it was Bonnie or Paul. And closing prayer for next week. Amy. Great, that's all I've got. And actually, I'm going to send the speaker calendar to John as soon as our meeting's over, so he can select another date to present to us. Love to have you back. And if any of you know someone, or if you yourself would like to present, please let me know.
All right. And who has the closing prayer for today?
Today is Paul.
Oh, perfect.
All right. We'll take a moment to close your eyes again and get back to that place of peace that John so lovely guided us towards. And may that peace, which really passes all understanding, be with you today and always. May you carry that deep inner wisdom that is yours more on the surface of your life. May people feel your peace as you feel it for yourself. And as you quiet down, may the wisdom of the ages fill your heart with grace and love and understanding. And thank you, John, for your wonderful presentation. It was inspiring to me.
John, you want to tell them, or maybe put your YouTube link in there? I do yoga nidras led by John from YouTube.
That's very sweet of you.
I'd be happy to send that out, or Melanie can by email.
Thank
But
you.
you can go ahead and tell, John, would you? Just
Yeah, I
tell.
would just offer, I do, I have a YouTubes that are, a lot of them are recorded from the ashram. So just make sure you have that hat on when you listen to them. And then on my website, I have things that are a little bit more secular, a little bit more for everyone, if you will. But yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities. I put my website in the chat box and we can forward more information to you. So yeah, thank you.
Lisa, do you have a question?
Yeah. So John, are you local here or are you somewhere else?
I'm in Los Angeles, actually. Yeah, I'm local.
So in regards to your retreats, can you just explain a little bit what they are and how many times a year you're doing them, or how you can sign up for one?
Thank you for that opportunity. Yes, so if you go to my website, I list all of my retreats. Right now, I'm doing one at Omega, I'm doing one at Esalen, and I'm going to India in January. Those three are kind of up now. If you're interested in coming to India, feel free to come with me. That's January. And then, Melanie, do I need to talk to him about that? Over there. Because if he hasn't signed up for India, I don't know if we can talk next week. You know what I mean? It's like, we gotta come, bottom line. And then I do a lot right now. I've been doing a lot of retreats online, which is just interestingly how well that works. So, but yeah, everything about that is on my website. And Lisa, if you have any questions, email me directly. I'd love to help support you in any way. I know this is odd that I get to meet you, but July 1st, every July, I take the month off and I go into silence. I take 2 weeks and do a silent retreat. It's my, where's Tim? It's my mask that I put on for the month of July. And so, but then I'm back online August 1st until I leave for India in January, but I'd be glad, more than glad, to support you in any way with any information you need. So, but thank you, Lisa, for asking.